Most CRM buying decisions start with the wrong question. CRMs are the most overbought and underused software in commercial real estate. So instead of asking, what does our team actually need to capture? We often end up with which CRM has the most features. Today, I want to give you a different framework for choosing a commercial real estate CRM, one that starts with your workflow and not just a shiny new tool. In this video, you'll learn which type of CRM fits your team, because that answer is different for a national brokerage than it is for a boutique investment sales firm or a leasing team at an ownership group. What we'll cover today is what makes CRE CRMs different, 4 CRM categories and when to use each, 12 platforms compared by use case, and how to make the right call for your team. Most generic CRMs are built around a simple sales loop. Contact, company, deal, task, close. That works for a lot of industries. Commercial real estate is more complicated. Think about everything a CRE team needs to track. Property level relationships, multiple contacts tied to the same company or asset, buyer and tenant and landlord and broker relationships all in one deal, lease expirations, confidentiality agreement activity, document downloads, property website inquiries, email campaign engagement, tour activity. None of that maps cleanly to a generic sales CRM out of the box. That doesn't mean every CRE team needs the most complex CRM on the market. It means you need to choose based on how contacts, properties, campaigns, and deals actually move through your specific business. Here's the question I'd recommend anchoring your evaluation on. What information does our team need to capture and who needs to act on it? A landlord rep team may care less about generic sales pipeline and more about knowing which prospects viewed a property website, clicked an email, or submitted an inquiry, so brokers can prioritize and follow up accordingly. An investment sales team may need stronger deal tracking, CA management, buyer relationship history, and reporting to ownership. A national brokerage may need a highly customized system with strict permissions and governance across offices. And here's the practical test. The best CRM is one your team will actually use. A system that's technically capable but never gets adopted is an expensive mistake. Now let's break down the CRE CRM market into 4 categories. Starting with enterprise CRMs. Salesforce sits at the top of almost every CRM list, and for good reason. It's the most powerful, most customizable CRM on the market. And with enough configuration, you can build almost any workflow you need for CRE. But that's also the catch. It requires configuration, it requires administration, and broker adoption can suffer badly if the system is over-engineered. It's great for large CRE firms, enterprise brokerages. It's highly customizable, has strong reporting, great integrations, but the honest trade-off is it's expensive to configure and maintain, and there is a real broker adoption risk. AscendixRE is a CRE-specific layer built on top of Salesforce or Microsoft Dynamics. If your organization is already running one of these platforms, Ascendix gives you CRE workflows, property tracking, stacking plans, lease expiration alerts, without building them from scratch. So that's worth evaluating if your firm is Salesforce native. Next up are CRE-specific CRMs. These are platforms that are built specifically for commercial real estate workflows. ClientLook is designed for small to medium-sized CRE teams with a focus on relationship management. REThink, which is now part of Buildout, is another Salesforce-based CRE option with deep customization for large firms. Category 3 is lightweight sales CRMs. Not every CRE team needs a heavy platform. If your main need is tracking contacts, making notes, tasks, and looking at active deals in a clean interface, there are lighter options that get adopted and actually used. Zoho CRM starts at around $14 per month and works well for small teams or solo brokers. Pipedrive is excellent for visual pipeline management, drag and drop deal stages, easy activity tracking. And Freshsales adds AI-powered lead scoring and is good for teams with multi-channel outreach. And finally, your marketing-led lead management. This is where SharpLaunch lives, and it's worth explaining the distinction. SharpLaunch isn't a traditional all-purpose CRM. It's a marketing and lead management platform built specifically for CRE. And in practice, that means it captures and tracks every prospect interaction with your property marketing. Website visits, email campaign clicks, document downloads, CA execution, inquiry submissions. It gives brokers the visibility to prioritize outreach based on actual prospect engagement, not just contact records. You can, of course, run SharpLaunch alongside a traditional CRM. SharpLaunch handles the property marketing side and services that lead intelligence. Then that data feeds into Salesforce or HubSpot for broader relationship management. They complement each other. I've linked the full written comparison in the description, and it includes pricing for all 12 platforms, a downloadable comparison spreadsheet, and a much more detailed breakdown of each tool. So if you're in the middle of an evaluation, it's a useful reference to have alongside whatever demos you're also running. The right CRM for commercial real estate isn't the one with the longest feature list. It's the one that fits the way your team actually captures relationships, manages properties, and moves deals. The more specific you get about what you need to track and who needs to act on it, the better decision you'll make.